How many of you out there belong to a church or been to a church where they want everybody to hold hands as they pray? Or what about going to a particular event or a gathering or whatever? Sometimes it happens within families where you hold hands and pray. Reason why I wanted to bring this up is I just want to, since it's the holidays, and I was just thinking about this. I've discussed this over the years with various peoples and things, and I wanted to talk about prayer for two quick videos, and we'll get back to what we normally do, going forward. But I just wanted to share this because of the holidays and this thinking, and if for those that still go to church or those that have seeking a church and things like that, I want to know your thoughts on what do you think about that? The holding of hands when it's time to pray. Because it made me think back when I first started analyzing this and when I was in college for my degree and we were talking about my healthy sexuality class and marriage class, and we were talking about abuse, like if a person was sexually abused, I believe what the professor was talking about at this particular time. Like if you marry somebody that's been sexually abused, you have to be aware, and they let you know of that, and maybe they're still having some struggles. You have to be aware of it, especially if you become intimate, and maybe if it's a point that they may want to stop in the middle of the intimacy, and you need to be aware of that and respect that. But at the same time, there needs to be an understanding of there could be some triggers. For example, if daddy was or uncle or somebody was coming in that woman's bed when she was a child bedroom at night, and she notices the smell of a particular cologne or soap or fragrance or anything, or male, if you were a young child and you were being abused, and it happened on Saturday nights. And all of these various types of triggers, the way that they feel, their hands, and the way that they touched you. And I always thought of that when I first got saved. And I never said anything, but when I went to school, it just kind of validated this. Of when I've seen it, when strangers will come into church and they don't know the Lord, they're just seeking the Lord, or they just come and somebody go hug. They want you to hug and do all the hugging and this and that, and many of these people are very uncomfortable. Now, it's great to have, fellowship and have these types of things, but I think that it's a thing where this is something I think that needs to be very aware of and conscious. More pastors, for those that are at churches and things, I think they need to be more aware of this. All of this touching people, turn to somebody touching, and all of this touching type stuff. Because you have people, whether it was sexually abused or the touching resulted in physical harm, that was the type of abuse. And having you to stand there next to somebody, another man, maybe you were raped, or, as a woman, or you have that, or just whatever, and you've got to hold and touch them, and you don't know them. Because the last person that you came in contact did you wrong, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. So I think that when it comes to that, when you have these ministers and people like that, as I talk to younger people that may be leading these types of things and stuff like that, I want them to be aware. I think that in today's climate, now that we know and we're more aware, I think that you should not be doing that personally, because I think you don't want to trigger somebody or run them off. Because I think if there's too much touching, feeling touchy, because I've seen it over the years, I've heard it from people over the years where ladies were stating that hug that the gentleman gave me was a bit much and things like that. And that's real, coming from a stranger. So, yeah, if you know them and you know that you've been going to the church and you known them for years, and yeah, this is fine, this, that, or that. But I think for pastors and leaders or whoever to have people get up there and make somebody go hug somebody or grab strangers' hands that they don't know and all of that and all of the touchy-feely things that can go on. I think we have to be careful with that. So I'd like to know what you think about that. So let me know. Let me know what you think and give me your thoughts. So that's all I have for this first part. I'm going to give you the second part. You're going to find it kind of funny, but it's actually true for the second video. And if you're watching this, this will be released in the morning, and I'm going to release the second part in the evening. And it'll be quick just like this one. Evangelism for God is a channel where we talk about issues the church run away from, take the devil head on and punch him right in between the chops. My name is Maurice Braxton. Until the next video, take care. God bless.